you start wondering,
Is that what got Nathan Wade caught up?
Nathan Wade got caught up by Gorilla Grip Fanny, man.
I think she opened it with the gorilla grip,
Oh
uh,
man,
the sexy red. What was it? The sexy red.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. I heard about the Gorilla Grip story. I
The
don't know if
gorilla.
that's fake or not, but I think when you hear Gorilla Grip, you start wondering.
Is that what got Nathan Wade caught up?
Nathan Wade got caught up by Gorilla Grip Fanny, man. Gorilla Grip Fanny. That's maybe how we should call her these days from now on. Gorilla Grip Fanny. Hey,
Yeah.
man, as the headline says, Judge blasts Fani Willis, but rules she can stay as the lead in this case against Trump. Yeah, man, it's. I think we let's start from the beginning. Started earlier last week where basically he split up his decision in two parts. He first released his opinion on the his ruling, not opinion, his ruling on the case itself, meaning can the case continue forward or can the case does the case has to be dismissed. During that, he basically removed six of the 41
Counts.
counts charges. Um, one of them was, I think, one of the charges was that Trump tried to solicit uh, officials to do their job, to not do their job, something like that. And later that week, on Friday, last Friday, basically, he gave the ruling on the Nathan Wade, Fani Willis relationship or situationship or gorilla grip chip.
Gorilla.
Hey
Yeah.
man, yes.
Yeah. So in short, the judge didn't find that there was any conflict of interest that should prevent Fani from continuing as the prosecutor of the, or at least as the DA
Mhm.
of the case against Trump and all the other defendants, his other co-defendants. But the judge was of the opinion that it was, and I paraphrase it in a non-legal term, a cesspool. And
Yeah.
because of it, because of the all the negativity and all the things that didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen, because no one could prove that there was a relationship prior to Fani hiring Nathan Wade, but no one could prove that there wasn't either. The problem is that the ones that were accusing, so the side of the defendants that were accusing, the Trump and or the co-defendants, they were the ones that had to provide the evidence, like solid evidence, and they couldn't do so.
Burden of proof.
Yeah, they had the burden of proof, and so they couldn't do so convincingly. However, the judge was of the opinion that the situation, or is of the opinion, I should say, that the way they conducted was not, it caused a lot of unrest and a lot of speculations and so on. And so to maintain the integrity of the DA's office, or what's left of it, two things were suggested. Either Fani would and her whole team would remove themselves from the case and let someone else take over, or Nathan Wade had to resign. Or They didn't say resign. Nathan Wade had to be removed from the team.
The Maya sacrifice.
Yeah. And when I read it, I knew based on what I saw in the courtroom that day when Fani testified that Fani never made an easier decision in her life. Drop the dead weight.
He
The
was.
pray the praying mantis.
Hey, before we
After
continue,
she's done, she'll get rid of you. Yeah, man, continue.
no, but that's true. After she's done, she'll get rid of you, like a real gorilla does. Anyway, in the ruling of the Superior Court, the Judge Scott McAfee, he said basically, like you said, he said the following: for a he slammed Fanny for, and I keep saying Fanny because you know why I say Fanny. I told you off screen. I'm not gonna say it on screen because otherwise might get
Yeah.
flagged for this one. Has to do with the gorilla grip. Anyway, tremendous lapse in judgment and for acting unprofessional in an unprofessional
Mhm.
manner. I think we talked about this also in the previous show where we basically broke down what was wrong in this whole cesspool. And the judge basically kind of agreed with us, even though we basically said it's better for her to be removed because of the possible connection between the two. But I mean, the judge was clear that there was not enough evidence, and the actual conflict of interest was not enough to. There was no real conflict of interest.
Conflict of
But I do
interest.
think conflict of interest, yeah. But I do think that I mean, the case is not over, right? It's not. I mean, the case is. I mean, this part of this phase of the case is over, but Fanny will still have to go to a couple of other organizations, or you can call them groups. She has to go to the bar to explain a couple of things. She will also have to report to the I think it's called the higher court or something like that, where they're gonna ask her questions, basically to who she reports to as a DA, because of course anyone has a
As a
always
boss.
as a
Everyone
boss.
has a boss, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's true. And the judgment, so that this whole phase of the procedure was a side, let's say a side proceeding, right? It's just
yeah,
the main cases are the cases that the DA's office is has started against Trump and all his co-defendants. That's the main case, and in that case, so one of the motions were to remove Fani for the reasons
yeah,
mentioned in, well, in the judgment, and in that, so that was the essence, the premise of the case. Is there enough reason to terminate or at least to forcibly
mm,
remove her from from prosecuting Trump and the co-defendants? And the answer to that question was no, based on the ruling of the judge. But as you said, Fanny would still need to give explain some things to other people because as a DA, she has a public office, so she needs to report it. But I don't think that I don't think much will come out of it. Why? Well, although I did understand that you have, because in the US you have like, it's very, it's an elected office, it's an elected seat, and the people she needs to respond to are a majority Republicans. But at the end of the day, I also saw that she's running for another term as DA. I don't think this is going to affect her career more than it already did, to be honest. I don't expect her to be removed. But
She won't recuse herself, that's for sure.
no, of course not. She's too proud because these are all lies. But
Oh,
but
is the
yeah,
gorilla grip also a lie?
I have no. That's what she's saying, right? In
Come
any
on.
case, whatever whatever the results, whatever her perspectives will be as it relates to her career, one thing is for certain, and that's that she will always have this stain
Yep.
in her career.
Lapse,
It's
it's
just
lapse of judgment. It
lap-
will lapse of judgment.
lapses.
Lapses. Yeah, this is multiple ones. Yeah. They will always stay in your career. And I think one thing you talked about also in the previous show. I mean that show was pretty good, and I would recommend everyone to check it out. You talked about the aspect of the election. The judge is elected, the DA is elected. Don't forget the judge, which is Scott McAfee, is a white guy who's a judge in a primarily black county.
Mhm.
Guess what? He's not gonna remove Fanny of this case because otherwise he can say goodbye to his job next time
Yeah.
around. So
Maybe that also plays a role,
it played
and that's
it's
the
not
that's the
a definitive role, but it's gonna always gonna play a role
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's politics. At the end of the day, it's a bit of a politics. I mean, at the end, yeah, yeah.
No, no. I think that's. I think you said everything.